What's up, guys? So today we are going to talk about once you find that perfect RV on Craigslist or on the street with a sign in the window and it's time to go inspect it, what should you look for? So we're going to talk about looking for leaks, checking appliances, all the things that you need to know that you should look at before you commit to buying, because we know that while there's a lot of trustworthy people out there, there's a lot of people who are going to tell you whatever they can to get that thing off of their yard and into your yard as is before you find out what all is really wrong with it. Okay, so here we are, right in front of, this is our actual fifth wheel here. However, we're going to pretend that this is not ours and that we're just going to inspect it. So the first thing I would do is come up, especially since it's low and I don't have to climb on the roof, and I would look around these windows and see if there's any like weird caulking that maybe somebody stuck in there, especially up at the top, like they're trying to stop a leak. Because if there's a lot of weird stuff like that, then it's probably been leaking, and anything that's leaking is not good. Also, you want to look at like these seams. Look for signs of, like, say, damage, or also signs of leaking. Then the next thing I would do is I would come inside. I know a lot of people are going to say check the roof, but I'm not going to go on the roof if I already see that there's a bunch of leaks down here. So, you know, we're going to do the easy stuff first just to eliminate it right away. Oh, hey, Tucker. Most used RVs don't have dogs in them. Okay, here we go. So the next thing I would do is I'm going to come here, look in these corners up here. If you see a bunch of watermarks in there or stains, anything like that, that means the roof is leaking or that seam is leaking. That's not a good thing. The other thing you could do, and this one is hard because this is all permanent right here, so you can't move all this. But what you can do is feel the floor. If the floor is soft or kind of squishy, especially along the edges and everything, you know, if you step on it and the floor moves, that means the floor's rotten, and that's not something we want. So I would do that there. I would go up into the front corners. I would check that also. Like I already said, look around the windows. Look on the inside, these window sills and stuff, because if there would be water in here, then the walls would be soft. And also you might see a stain like up under here or something. Any kind of water stains, that means that water has been getting in, and if it's been there long enough to stain, it's probably been leaking a while. So that's not something we want to deal with. I mean, unless you really feel like gutting an entire RV and maybe it's a vintage camper or something. Other than that, I would just move on. Another place is right here at the door. This could be soft right here. If you step on that and that's squishy, that's probably rotten. And especially because right here you have this is a big seam right here. So if water has been leaking down this door, it's gonna come down here, it's gonna rot this kind of stuff, and then it's definitely gonna puddle right there underneath the floor, and that's gonna be all rotten. So we don't want that either. So I guess the next one would be, let's climb up the roof. Okay, so now that we're up here on the roof, we'll show you. So right here, these all have seals around them. This is all, you wanna make sure these don't have any weird cracks or stuff. There's no damage on the roof. Around these looks good. I know it's dirty. It's been some nasty wind out here lately, so it's kind of been not normal for summer as far as we're concerned. Check out all that. You can check out the seals on the slides, make sure all these are good. So let's see, I don't know, we can come down here and check those, make sure that is actually sealing, no cracks. And some of that stuff, you know, is maintenance. You know, if there's a little bit of a crack on a seam or something, I mean, that's gonna happen. You're gonna have to fix that, and that's gonna happen on your own. So you're gonna have to fix that. But if it's been like that for a long time, it's been leaking water, that's a different problem than just a little minor maintenance issue. So it just kind of depends on what it looks like there. Another thing I forgot to mention when I was on the roof is check these and make sure, this is the ladder, by the way. Make sure that these aren't like pulled out, or like this ladder is weak, because that might be a sign of something else too. Okay, now that we've checked like for leaks and that kind of stuff, the next deal would be appliances. So check and make sure the stove works. Check and make sure the refrigerator works. Make sure the pump works. Make sure the air conditioners work, because some of this stuff can add up a lot when you get home and it doesn't work. And I know from our first RV that we bought, you know, they told us everything works, and when we got home, almost nothing worked. So the air conditioner was seized up, the fridge only worked on, it would work on propane, it wouldn't work on electric, which wasn't a huge deal, but when you say it works, it should work, right? I mean, that's kind of your choice. If that's gonna be a negotiating thing for you, or you're gonna say, well, hey, this doesn't work, so I'm gonna need some money off, or if you're just gonna walk. So, I mean, nobody can make that decision for you, but you should know ahead of time. You shouldn't be assuming that everything is good when it ain't good. So, look for that stuff. I would test every appliance in the thing, and just go through it one by one. And, you know, if they don't want to hook it up to stuff, then maybe that's a sign of something, you know? Make sure the battery's good, you know? And some of that too, if it's an older RV, like, you know, I've seen a lot of people saying, make sure the tires are good. Well, yeah, but if it's been sitting a long time, you might just want to put new tires on it. You know, I think tires are only good for 5 years or 7 years, depending on what type of tire. So if it's been sitting a long time, somebody's trying to get rid of it, the best thing to do might be just to say, you know what, these tires are going anyway, so is that a deal breaker? Not for me. You know, I'm gonna put some, you know, I don't want China bombs on my trailer anyway, so I'm gonna go put some Goodyear Endurance, or what is the other one, Saloon, that everybody likes. Doesn't matter really. It's just, to me, that's not a deal breaker, but that could be to you, so maybe that's something you need to think about. I'm gonna link below a checklist that I found. It's not ours, so I'm not taking credit for it, but I'll post you that down in the description, so when you go to inspect your own RV, at least you have a list to look at. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We want to let you know that on Wednesdays we do RV lifestyle videos, and on Sundays we do adventure videos. So if you like this video, please subscribe and check out our other videos. Thanks, we will see you next time.